Hello, ESS crew. It's Kara Lenorovitz, and welcome back to our 15th week of segment 2. I'm heading right close to our finish line here, which is very exciting. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at some housekeeping things. As you know, this is one of our regular weekly learning plans, one of the last of the year, so enjoy this one. In terms of synchronous sessions, this week we will not have a synchronous session, and that's because you are going to be doing your Module 9 DBA either on Monday, May 10th, or Friday, May 14th. We will be resuming our regular synchronous sessions next week, and we will meet at our regular time on Thursday, May 20th. So please make sure you're available and attending each of those important sessions coming up. In terms of office hours, they will happen as usual this week between 8:30 and 10:30 on Tuesday morning and between 1 and 3 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Please feel free to sign up on the Canvas calendar if you'd like to check in or if you have some specific questions or need help with anything. In terms of upcoming stuff, we are definitely much closer to the end of the year. So make sure you're paying attention to those due dates and deadlines. We are in our last module and in fact, wrapping up that last module this week. So you're going to be tying up Module 9 this week, and then it's really going to be focusing on your collaboration project and then recapping and reviewing and getting ready for that segment 2 exam. Do be mindful, zeros have started to go in for work that's more than 2 weeks late. You want to be really mindful of those at this point. You still absolutely right now can and should hand in any work that right now is listed as a 0. It means I don't have any representative work from you, but I am more than happy to receive, review, and evaluate work that comes in from you as long as it's coming in by the deadlines. So do make sure you're mindful of those. May 21st, which is next Friday, is the deadline for any segment 2 work from modules 6, 7, or 8. Hopefully you've already tied up those loose ends, but if you're in process, make sure you're really paying careful attention to that deadline. You want to make sure that I have enough time to evaluate your work and get it graded and get it back to you so that you have that good feedback to work with as you're taking your segment 2 exam, and to also make sure that your grades get in time to be sent back to your schools. The other really important deadline is May 28th. That is the deadline for segment 2 work from Module 9 through to the end. So that includes Module 9, our collaboration project, and your segment 2 exam. So you really want to make sure that as we're heading into these final weeks, you're set up to be successful. Let's take a look at what this looks like visually in terms of a layout. You can see we really do only have this week and 2 weeks that are following. So that's why the time frames are kind of tight. It's exciting though, because that means we're very close to the end and it represents a lot of work that you've done this year. So this week, starting off, you're going to have your Module 9 DBA. You should have already scheduled a time for that either on Monday, May 10th, or again on Friday, May 14th. If you've not yet done that, you want to make sure you're doing that as soon as possible so that you can get into one of those time slots. You'll notice as well that there is no synchronous session this Thursday, and again, that's because you're going to be doing your DBA either on Monday or on Friday. The following week, you are going to be meeting back together again as a full class on Thursday the 20th. During that meeting time, you are going to be presenting your part of our collaboration project. There's more to come on that. I'll recap it in just a moment, but you want to make sure you have your one-slide presentation that's part of our group collaborative presentation ready to go and ready to present in class. Notice again, as I just mentioned, the deadline for the Module 6, 7, and 8 work is coming up on Friday, May 21st. Your final exam will become available starting on Monday the 24th, and it, along with any Module 9 work, the deadline for that is going to be Friday the 28th. Again, that's to make sure that we can wrap up grading and get grades back to your school in time for them to close out the semester as well. And it's also going to put you in a great position of having everything wrapped up and finished for our class as you head into Memorial Day weekend. All right, what's up for this week? Let's just look at that visually. You really have 4 jobs. The first one that I'm going to talk about here is your discussion-based assessment for Module 9. Again, you should already have scheduled your appointment or be making one on Monday the 10th or Friday the 14th. Make sure you are reviewing the DBA questions in advance and preparing your answers to those. You can bring those right with you so that you can be a bit more informed while we're having our conversation, and you'll do your reflection right after that. The reflection is your key to getting the Module 9 exam access code. As soon as everybody has those turned in, assuming they're in by 3 p.m. on Friday, you should be receiving that exam access code from me on Friday afternoon. So make sure you're checking your email for that. In the meantime, if you are getting ready for your DBA or you've taken it and you're waiting, you can go ahead and work on 2 other things. One of those is your engineering design project part 4. You've now gone through and you've thought about what the problem is that you're focusing on, whether it's air pollution or water scarcity or space exploration. You've identified criteria and constraints. You've prioritized those criteria, constraints, and any limitations that go along with that. And in this case, you are reevaluating the solutions that you have considered, and you are picking what you think is the best solution based on all of that prior thinking that you've done. So make sure you're continuing to include all of that other information from your earlier work in this final project. And then, of course, you're working on your segment 2 collaboration project. Again, it is a collaborative class project. Each one of us is taking one piece of that as we do geologic history of Earth, going from back in the Cambrian through to today, understanding how Earth systems worked and may have changed over those time periods. So you should be working actively on doing your background research for the period that you are responsible for and starting to put together your slide for that presentation. Let's take a look at the weekly learning plan and at our course homepage. All right, I want to pause at our course homepage for just a moment. I know this is section A, but it's going to look similar if you're in B or in C. A couple of key links that are right on that front page. You should already have recognized that there's a link here to getting ready for your Module 9 DBA. If you haven't recognized that link is there, it's right there for you to click on and it'll take you right to the DBA page. The second thing that I want you to recognize here is what is my segment 2 collaboration topic again. In case you were not in class on Thursday of last week, or in case you forgot, you are going to be able to quickly click there. Again, this is my segment A class, so it may not apply to you, but on yours, you should find your name, and next to that, you should find your collaboration topic. Please do not change topics. This is a way for us to make sure we're representing all of the time periods from the Cambrian forward to the Holocene. So I wanted to let you know that that is there for you. So we'll go ahead and look at the weekly learning plan. Short introduction right at the beginning there. The learning objectives, most of them this week are going to be reviewing or recapping all of the learning objectives from Module 9. Communication reminders, pacing reminders, and then your to-do list. Again, you have 4 jobs that you're going to be doing this week. The first one is your Module 9 DBA. Again, you can click here as well to find out what those DBA discussion questions are going to be and to review the schedule. Make sure you have scheduled one of those times on the Canvas calendar. Reminder that when you need to do that, you're going to the Canvas calendar, you're selecting our class, you're going to click on Find Appointment, and any available appointments that are still remaining on Monday the 10th or on Friday the 14th will be listed there for you. You just need to click and reserve your time. So make sure you do that if you haven't already. You're going to, of course, tend your scheduled time. And when you are done, you're going to complete your DBA reflection. Again, turning that reflection in by 3 p.m. this Friday is what's going to get you access to the Module 9 exam. For the Module 9 exam, reminders there that retaking the module pretest and using the DBA document can be good ways or strategies to start to get yourself ready for that exam. So I do encourage you to prepare before you dive in. While you're waiting, or when you are finished, you can also work on your engineering design part 4. So again, you're going to be evaluating based on all of the prior information you've collected, what is the best solution in your perspective for the problem that you chose to study. And then, of course, you're going to be working on your segment 2 collaboration project. More details about exactly what to include are in the project details, so make sure you read those. I've also included the list of whose topic is whose on that project description, so you can check that there as well. It's also linked here, so you can click on your classes so that you know which topic you are focused on. The goal is by this Tuesday, you hopefully have already independently completed your background research on your geologic time period, that you are working on constructing and adding your slide to our geologic time period presentation. So that's a shared collaborative presentation. And then next Thursday, the 20th, you are going to have about 1 minute to 2 minutes to present on your time period. So each one of us will take turns sharing so that we can get a big understanding of what's changed geologically over time in terms of Earth systems from the Cambrian through to today. As usual, office hours are listed, helpful resources are there, and then preview of upcoming work. There's not a whole lot more left to do other than wrapping up our collaboration project, tying up loose ends, and getting ready for your segment 2 exam. So let's jump back to a quick summary. All right, so this week again, you have 4 jobs. Job number 1, complete the 9.06 DBA either on Monday or on Friday this week. Make sure you're arriving prepared with answers to the DBA questions. Job number 2 is your Module 9 exam. Remember that the access code will become available to you after 3 p.m. this coming Friday, assuming that you've completed your DBA and turned in the reflection. Job number 3, which you can start before the exam, is your Engineering Design Project Part 4. And job number 4, which you can also start before your exam, is working on your topic for your collaboration project, doing your background research, and getting your slide ready. Also, if you are somebody who is behind pace, behind schedule, it is absolutely time to push on that accelerator and get yourself caught up. Please do reach out for help. I would look forward to seeing you on Tuesday or Wednesday during office hours, or hearing from you via email if you have some questions. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you during your DBA. Have a great week.